Whether or not someone's capable of showing you genuine love and respect not only has a lot to do with the way that this person treats you, but it also has a lot to do with the way that this person was raised. Because a lot of the times, what we don't realize is that when we get in these relationships, and especially for most of us, we probably want to make them long term. A lot of people just aren't into the fling thing. But when we allow ourselves to get into these relationships and we meet these people, we don't understand that we're not only dealing with that specific person, we're dealing with years and years and years of trauma that's been built up. We're dealing with their parents, we're dealing with their grandparents, and everything that they've learned and taken in into this point, which is a reflection of who they are at heart. So if you're with a person that just simply wasn't taught the proper things or the proper necessities that's needed in order to maintain a healthy relationship, then you are going to see this in reflection as far as your relationship goes. And it's not even that you can necessarily blame this person. It's just simply based on the way that they were raised. And that's why I feel like it's very important to just know how to pick and choose which people you're compatible with. Because as adults, we shouldn't necessarily spend our time trying to change somebody. Even if you love them, even if you genuinely care for them, if you love and care for them that much, you will want to see them happy, even if it's somewhere aside from you, even if you're not in the picture. So with that being said, I'm just going to dive right into what my version of real respect and love looks like. And the first thing that I want to touch bases on is you have to pay close attention to how your partner treats you in public. I know a lot of people may not even take this into account, but if you're dealing with somebody that can disrespect you, or that can kind of make you look stupid in public around strangers, people that you don't even know, this is a huge red flag. Because if I haven't learned anything, I've learned that not only are people going to treat you exactly how they feel about you, but when you get in public and when you get around certain types of people, this is just kind of like a circus act for them. You know that somebody really respects and they love you when they're willing to pour into you. As human beings, we're naturally tied to our investments. So if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't want to pour into you, doesn't want to build you up and help you grow, then they do not love and they do not respect you. And this is really one of the easiest ways to spot whether or not you're dealing with somebody that's using you or somebody that's just really not by your side. If they're not willing to give, if they're not willing to pour into the glass and to build you up into the person that you want to become, then this is not somebody that you need around you. I was watching this podcast probably a couple weeks ago, and a lot of the women in there, they agreed on this, so this is just for the men, take this into account. But this woman said, when I genuinely love and respect a man, I will not ask him for something. And at first, this really stood out to me because I was like, what do you mean you wouldn't ask the man that you love and you care for something if you're in need? But I think the point that she was trying to make here is that she doesn't want to put herself out there as somebody who's trying to exploit or trying to use the man that she genuinely loves and cares about. So she's going to do everything in her power in order to kind of just get it on her own. And she said he won't even know that the problem exists. He won't know that she may have $10 in her pocket, but she's going to do whatever she can in order to take care of her business, and she's just still going to be there for her man. And then I started reflecting on my past relationships, and I realized that, truth be told, the women that I felt like genuinely loved and cared about me were the women that never asked me for anything. It was the woman that kind of just, maybe little things here and there, but a woman that really loves and really respects you will not take from you, especially if you guys have just met or if you guys are just starting things up by any means necessary. I'm not talking about if you've been with somebody for 4 or 5 years and y'all kind of used to investing in each other. That's a different case. But if you're just now meeting someone and you're curious as if she loves you or if she respects you or if she really values you, if that woman's asking you for things and she is not pouring into the relationship, and it goes the same with men, for the ladies watching this, if that man is just constantly taking from you, he probably does not respect you. Because there has not been a single time in my life where I really liked somebody and I put my pride aside and I was just begging for something. No, as a man, you're a provider. You shouldn't be out here begging. You shouldn't be out here doing stuff like that. So you're going to do anything in your power to get it on your own. So really just take that into account and understanding that somebody that loves and respects you is not just going to constantly take from you. They're going to focus more on pouring in and building you up. And the next thing that we have to pay close attention to is if that man or that woman puts you in charge of their emotions. If you're dealing with somebody that doesn't know how to properly regulate their emotions and how they feel, then this is a huge red flag, because it is not your responsibility to regulate and control a grown woman's or a grown man's emotions. They should fully have this under control, and that is just not your responsibility. And what this does is it just puts you in a position to always be the person to blame. It puts you in a position to always be the fallback guy, so that when you are going through something or when something comes up, they look at you and they're like, okay, I feel this way because of something you did. But just because they feel a certain way does not make it valid. It does not make it your problem because a person physically chose to think that way or physically chose to view something a certain way. I feel like this is something that's often overlooked, because a lot of the times when we're with somebody, we don't think, oh, if this person has a thought or if they have a feeling, that's on them. But in reality, they're choosing to think that way. They're choosing to have those negative viewpoints on whatever it is that's going on. There's a billion other ways that you can choose to think or you can choose to feel. So why is it that they're choosing a way that's going to jeopardize your guys' relationship? You really got to ask yourself that. And it's really just a reflection of the love and respect in a relationship, because if somebody loves and they value you, then they will not put you in that position. They will do everything in their power to keep themselves under control and to do what it takes in order to build y'all up. Another thing about real love and respect is it's something that you can genuinely feel. Our body will tell us everything that we need to know. If you're second guessing something, if you have, feelings in your stomach, that gut feeling, these are all warning signs, and it's really something that we have to pay close attention to, because I know that we ignore it. I know that a lot of the times when we going through this little honeymoon phase and we just meeting somebody and we're genuinely interested, we ignore a lot of the warning signs. But this is something that you just got to pay close attention to, because in the long run, it'll save you from getting hurt. That person may not be on the same page as you. That person may not be compatible with you, but you just going based off emotions, not taking a moment to think logically, you're going to put yourself in a position to be somewhere hurt or to be somewhere vulnerable. And now you don't know which way to go, because you've invested so much feelings and emotions in this person. So now it's 10 times harder for you to walk away. So pay close attention to that gut feeling. Pay close attention to any of those warning signs that you get in those early stages, because this will save you a lot of time and a lot of heartbreak. And quick little story time, I'm gonna just give you a slight example based off something that I've experienced in my past. And this was really the first time that I've experienced something like this. And it really just threw me off, caught me off guard, because I just genuinely never really experienced a woman that was just so genuine and pure and had so much respect for me. But I was dealing with somebody a while ago, and when I say that this person did everything that I told them not to do, I really mean it. Like, I always thought, and a lot of the times this is true, you should want to vocalize and you should express, yourself in a way that this person understands how to treat you. But the people that get it will get it. The people that love you and they take the time to get to know you and they take the time to understand you, you will not have to do too much speaking in order for them to do the things that you genuinely want them to do. And I'll say that to say that, I was dealing with this person, and there was just so many things that I just did not tell her, and she just naturally did, based on her being around me, based on her getting to know me, based on her understanding my likes and my dislikes. And that's really what real love and respect looks like, when a person can take the time before you even get to speaking on it to learn you, to learn your likes and dislikes, to learn the way that you like to be treated, to learn the way that you like to be talked to. These are all the things that you have to pay close attention to. A person's true character, the things that they're doing behind your back. This person used to go out, share her location on her way to work. And I wouldn't even ask for this, because this is just not something that I really cared about until recently. I just had a thought, like, I wonder why she always shared her location. And then one day I asked her, and she told me that it was simply because she wanted me to always feel safe inside when it comes to where she's going and not ever question what she had going on. And at that moment, I just realized that, man, it wasn't something that I asked for, but it makes a lot of sense. And I appreciate it. That's what love is. Putting themselves in a position so you don't have to worry or you don't have to question what's going on. Somebody taking that extra step so that you feel comfortable, so that you don't have to put yourself in a position to be stressed out. That's what real love and respect is. So really just understand that, real love and real respect is something that you won't have to question. If you have the slightest doubt in your mind, then it is not for you. Because the one time that I've ran into it, or the few times that I've ran into real love and real respect, I did not question it once. I did not have to question it one single time, I promise you. So any doubts that you may have, any feelings like, man, could this possibly work out, or could this possibly be this person's this, or this person's that, it's just not for you. Because God will not send you something or somebody that makes you question anything that's really going on. You will be 100% sure that this is your person and this is exactly where you need to be. Find comfort and being alone until you do get in a position where God sends you your person. And until then, you will always question people. As long as you settle, you will always question your relationships, because it's just not for you. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.